teams.
Oh, sorry, I was just enjoying the music. Hello and welcome to Euro Schmoe. As you can see, teams are back, baby. That is the title of our episode this week, and we had our first teams match of the year. We also had 2 other amazing matches, and we're going to get to all of it. But first, a moment of silence to reflect. Okay, as you know, on this show we do a prediction league, and something quite tragic happened this week in that I'm no longer the only person in the lead. Someone else in this group has now jointly taken the lead with me, unfortunately for me. And Teresa is now also top of the league, 14 points each.
Thank you.
So
thank you.
Anything you'd like to say, Teresa?
I want to thank my mother, who was very supportive in guiding me how to beat Liam. I also want to thank all of my supporters, because I know there's a lot of them, because we all hate Liam together. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah, please watch along to that match, because yes, and I'm finally in the place where I belong. So hello everybody, welcome to the Euro Schmoe show. It's a show we do every week and talk all things Schmoedown. I'm the best host in the business. The Bope. I don't know what I want to say. Okay.
Alright, no, that's too much. I'm going back. I'm coming back.
No. Wait, how do I switch us?
You haven't got the power.
Well, I needed the power.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you.
You can all show your pity to Liam and how sorry you feel for him, because, next week we're going to have a new leader of the prediction league, and
wow.
I can't wait. I'm just so excited. Yeah,
well,
taking over.
We have a lot of matches next week. We're back to 5.
I would just like to say,
King of the trivia below us.
Yes.
Congratulations, Ben.
We have the new queen of the prediction league, and we have a new king of the trivia. So Liam just fell off, It happens.
Well, we are joint, so I think that makes us joint queen. I'm quite happy to be queen.
Okay, I can be a queen with you. Yeah. Okay.
And I've
I just know you're going to stab me in the back the first opportunity you get. Okay.
Right.
I just have a dog with a head, but yeah.
I mean, it's cool.
Yeah.
Right, Schmoedown. That's what we're here for. So Ben, congratulations. Ben won our watch along this week. He's taken the throne from me in that instance. I plan on winning it back next week. Although I think next week's is a Star Wars, so it might be Matt's.
I think it's going to be Ben's again. Yeah.
Ben's pretty good at Star Wars. So if you don't know, we do a watch along now every Friday's match, and it usually airs on Saturday on the channel. So that was a lot of fun, and we've been clipping out different segments as well. But we've had, as you can see, we are one man down this week. Matt couldn't make it, but he's sent in his predictions, so we'll read them out at the end of the show when we get to our prediction league segment. But what an amazing week it's been. We only had 3 matches. I say only, there's still a lot of matches, but we've been spoiled the last few weeks.
We only have 3 matches. It's crazy.
We tend to have 5 now, so it was a bit of a shock to only have the 3, but we had some really good matches this week. And I believe that we are going to start with the...
Can we start with the shout out for the FCL? We'd have it in the themes, but...
Oh, you want to start with that?
Yeah, well, it's the new best thing. So, I just want to say great job to everyone in the FCL. I think for a debut, like if you see the first Schmoedown matches ever, it's a completely different quality. They had a few mishaps, but nothing that would like change the outcome. So I think like they did really well. Two competitive matches. I always am happy to see Jared Haben and his beautiful face. So I really enjoyed the first match. Abby seemed eager to get in the game, to shore up her mistakes and get another match. And the second match, that was like, yeah, that one was very competitive, tied for most of the time. Both David and Cooper, I feel like, might have a place in the like the first league in the Schmoedown. And I'm going to just skip to the end because we saw a return.
Spoiler alert, by the way. Spoiler alert.
Yeah. This is only for people who saw the FCL. We saw a return of an international superstar, the Flirton Klaus. And I'm just so honored he's making more time for us because I know like
He's
everyone wants
very
him.
busy man, isn't he?
And the one thing I'm a little bit scared about is that the FCL is going to overshadow the Schmoedown because we just took their biggest star. We just took the biggest star on the planet. So, yeah, I think it was a really big success, and I can't wait for more matches.
Yeah, I personally only saw the first match. I still haven't made the time for the second, but it was a lot of fun. I also spoke to Teresa about this. The question difficulty seems a little easier in the first round, so it could be good if you want to try and jump in and answer some questions. Maybe you find the actual Schmoedown a little bit hard at times.
I was happy to know some answers. Like,
yeah,
it was more fun for me to be able to at least guess most of the answers. So I kind of like it.
Yeah, so it's a bit different from the main league, and we just wanted to give a quick shout out to it. A lot of fun and recommend watching. But to the main league now. So the first match of the week was a really exciting one, and it's just me now hosting because Ben's back and Teresa.
Sorry, I was trying to get.
It's okay. I like the screen time. Oh, Thomas. Well, that sucks, but I think you were beating me, so it might be good for my ego. So thank you for that, Thomas. Yeah, so our first match of the week was a really, really fun and emotional match. Peggy Gubbins, Paige Frabetti. I didn't know Peggy's story. It really moved me. And it's stories like this, which is why I love this league so much, because it's more than just a YouTube show. It's more than just a trivia contest. It's got heart to it. And you saw the last messages she sent and to her brother and things, and it was all Schmoedown related, and it really moved me and it really touched me, and you could see how much she cared about this league and the effort she puts into it. And I will say as well as Peggy, I absolutely love Paige as well. I thought both competitors had an amazing debut. It's my favorite match of the season with two rookies. I will say that now. It was a really competitive match. I was watching along with Teresa, and I remember thinking, oh no, because we both went for Peggy, sorry.
Peggy.
And I was like, we ain't got this. And then she hit Oprah, and I thought, game over. I'm losing the prediction league again, but she pulled it out the bag, went perfect, pulled out Michael Caine in the third round, and hey, she gets the win. But probably, as I said, it was my favorite match of this week as well. I don't know about you two, and it just shows this is more than just a trivia show. This is something special.
Yeah.
What were your guys' take?
Yeah, same.
I agree. It's the rookie match of the year so far. I think my favorite part was definitely the smack talk between the two when Paige starts to smack talk Peggy, and Peggy goes, "Oh, so you think you could smack talk?" Huh?
Yes.
And
Also, my
yeah, I
favorite
think
line of the match.
yeah.
It's adorable.
And I think Kate from this match deserved Manager of the Week because she completely turned everything around, and wow, just wow.
Did she win? I didn't see who won Manager of the Week.
She was
top of the
winning when
vote
I
for now.
voted. Yeah.
She's still
Okay.
top of the
So
votes now.
yeah. So ladies
That's
are
good.
finally
Even though I
getting
voted
their
for it.
due in the Schmoedown this week. I, of course, am finally on the top of the prediction league. Kate finally got the
With
Manager
me.
of the Week. Yeah, well, yeah, but we don't talk about that, Liam. And Kate finally got her due, and I was actually surprised that people voted for her because I was in the like way of my thinking. I was like, yeah, they're just not going to vote for the lady managers. It seemed that way because even the 1 week where Sam won, Kate wasn't even second. I had her for the Manager of the Week, but I would understand if she was second. She was like third, fourth place. So I was pleasantly surprised. Also, we got another debut of women competitors, strong competitors who have a lot of personality. We never have 4 new women competitors. I like with Chrissy and also Marie, and they are all sassy as hell, and I'm loving it. Like I'm really really happy about what's happening like this year in the Schmoedown so far. Oh, well,
I didn't
then
know
it's
that,
even
Thomas.
more
Yeah.
special if that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not going to like lie. I broke down a couple of times in that match. In the promo, I shed a tear or two. Also in the post interview, when Jen Sturger has trouble holding crying, I can't help it. And it was a really competitive match, which is like so awesome for 2 rookies to have that kind of a match because I feel like Chrissy was kind of overshadowed a few weeks before, and she spun opponent's choice in her first match. That's not what you want. But those two had a real competitive match. And in the third round, Paige was unable to hold her lead, but I'm also really happy about her debut. I think Boston Badass, first of all, is one of the best new nicknames, and I think it's like, yeah, and it, yeah, it's perfect for her. So I'm really happy. Also, my favorite match of the week. I didn't expect that because Shazam is my team, but this was just something special, and I think also like her motivation for Peggy. That's a big drive to have. I think she could achieve a lot in this league with this behind her, like having that goal of doing this for her brother. I think it's pretty special. So I'm so happy about that. Yeah.
I think it just transcends the Schmoedown. I think that's why we enjoyed the match so much because it just meant so much to Peggy, and also Paige showed up. Like, yeah, in a way, it's hard because I couldn't not root for Peggy after watching the promos, but I really liked Paige as well, and I just can't wait to see both of them compete again. And I'm pleased that it was a close match and it wasn't a whitewash either way, and it was competitive because I think they'll both get more games now. Just an excellent start to the week. Yeah, absolutely, Thomas. They both showed great knowledge. I think it just came down to luck of the questions in the third round. And as Sam said, it seemed like Michael Caine was an educated guess. It paid off for her. Paige took some good guesses as well at her questions. Unfortunately, it just weren't the right guesses, but she still gave it a go. And I think they both showed up and played really well. Anything to add, Ben?
If I'm honest, that was probably the one that I got the quickest was the Michael Caine one because that's probably my favorite Muppets movie. So I didn't even need the repeat as I kept with the Michael Caine. I loved it, but that's just again, as we always say, the questions are subjective. So that was probably an easy. What was it? 3 or a 5? 5 points.
It was her 3, I think.
Yeah, so that was pretty easy for me. But I will say that this was probably my second favorite match. I know it has a lot of sentimental value, but I don't know, for me, the first round stumble made it a bit of a made it second for me.
Yeah, I also have
Like,
it because
yeah,
of Kate. I think we finally
yeah,
saw her like moment of taking like her time with her competitor and calming her and showing her she has like there are two more rounds. This doesn't matter. Like she
yeah,
did really well in this match, and that's also what
yeah,
made it special for me because we all know I'm a big Kate fan. So
yeah.
yeah,
And I'm so pleased
And
because I feel like in the first match she managed, or one of the first matches last year, we had that whole incident with Deep 13 and the Will
yeah,
Slice, and I
yeah,
think that plagued her for so long. I
yeah,
think
and
we're
I don't
seeing,
think that was fair. Like, yeah,
yeah, and I
no,
no,
think we're finally seeing now. No, Kate is a fantastic manager. She really cares
yeah,
about her players,
yeah,
and the Den is looking like a force this year.
yes.
oh yeah,
Hmm.
I think they'll be top 3. Is my early prediction for the Den.
yep.
Okay, so moving on.
Hang on, I just want to say,
Yeah,
the thing that I would say is that, like we were saying last week, Christy might not have a guaranteed rematch. For me, both Paige and Peggy, you can definitely see having
Yes,
another match in the league,
yes, I
and
agree.
I think,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah,
yeah. They need. They both
Yeah.
played so well. It would
Hmm.
be sad to not see them get another shot.
yeah.
Okay, so announcements and stories. So we had a few different cutscenes this week. One of them we reacted to in our watch along. I know
On the
Teresa is a
channel,
huge fan because you
Yeah.
can see it on our channel. So we won't talk too much about it, but
and it caused
we,
quite the debate in our play along.
yes, it did. So we
It
had
did.
Dan Murrell and John Roker. I'll let Teresa kick us off because I know Dan Murrell is her favourite player.
Yeah. And it's even like it's getting stronger because seeing him in all of those scenes and being all mischievous and like really playing a character for I feel like first time, not just being himself heightened. Um yeah, it's just doing it for me. It has also like any promo with Roka is always great. I will always roll my eyes, but he's a needed element in the Schmoedown. So there's Smack Talk, amazing. I'm really enjoying it. But I feel like yeah, Dan was the highlight from that for me because he he like didn't react at all, and I feel that was the best reaction because uh, Roka was getting more and more like aggravated, and I feel like he dropped some things that are not true at all. Being like, you will remember who your real teammate is, and yeah, you kind of sunk that ship at the spectacular, bro. You know, so but I'm enjoying it. Give me more than Merle. Like, if I'm sorry, if the whole Schmoedown was just Dan Merle having matches, I would still watch it. I probably watch it more. I would like rewatch. Just yeah. So I'm happy. More cutscenes with Dan, please. And I'm also hoping more pranks. So maybe
Yes,
we'll see
this is
some
a
next
fun
week.
side of Dan. I will
Yeah.
say, I would love to see the Roker Murrell match. Roker's got to
Yeah.
earn it though. He has to earn it. Like
Yeah.
He does, yeah.
he's got a way to go before he can face
Mm-hmm.
Murrell. And I will say, I'd say 3 out of 5 times, maybe even 4 out of 6 times, I give it to Dan. But I do think there is those chance that John can win. And he brought up 2017 That's 4
Yeah.
years ago, man. Come on.
Yeah.
4 years ago. You need to do it at least now for it to count.
Wow.
That's a very different Dan Murrell to the Dan Murrell
Mhm.
we have now. So
Oh yeah.
it was a fun scene. And obviously we didn't have too much this week because we didn't have a pay-per-view, and I'm sure we tend to get a lot of cutscenes in the pay-per-views.
Yeah, we also got the Barbarian Alex one with Kalinowski. We kind of talked over it with Liam when we watched it, but I rewatched it again, and yeah, it was amazing. I really like seeing more of Alex Damon. I feel like we see so little of him normally because he like defends once or twice and that's it. And yeah, like bringing it to Grogu and being like, "This is my Elvis. I'm going to pet its ears, and I'm going to be as crazy as you." Yeah, and going to talk and we want, we do, we think, and I thought it was also a really good cutscene.
Yes, and also Baby Yoda, who I refuse to call the other word.
Okay,
is much,
sorry.
It's much
Did I make an
cuter.
offense?
It's
Yes.
much cuter than Elvis. Just putting that out there.
I agree.
I will be honest. Someone, I think it was Tom Square, screenshotted the thing where we had Barbarian, Alex Damon, and Mike Kalinowski, and you had Mike with his lollipop, you had Barbarian with his Elvis, and you had Alex with his Grogu, and they all looked completely insane in that screenshot.
Yeah.
That's the Schmoedown.
Yeah,
that's what
I was
this
trying
is.
to explain Schmoedown to anybody who has no idea. Especially I feel here because I don't know any fans of wrestling like in my country. Like there probably are some, but
It's so
not
funny.
a lot. I'm like, yeah, you don't know wrestling, right? Yeah, okay. So it's like, oh, so it's movie trivia, but I think it all looks crazy.
It's so funny. I was watching the Alex Damon Dimolanta title match in my living room the other week, and I'm like on the edge of my seat. I'm like, this is the most amazing match of all time. My sister comes in and she's like, "This is so boring." I'm like, "How dare you? You know nothing."
Oh my god! Yes,
she doesn't like Star Wars, so I think she doesn't mind the singles matches or the teams because like she can join in, but she hates Star Wars. So I was like, you know nothing of this show.
That's a travesty.
I got so
especially
defensive.
in that match. Like that was the most competitive match ever.
It's probably one of the best matches of all time. And she just walks in and I was like, get
so
out.
boring. And don't come back.
Thomas is right. It's not a huge thing. I don't know about your countries. We do have wrestling here, but it's not as popular as it is in America.
No.
So
it's also a whole different culture. Like Schmoedown is really American. And like Mark Ellis drops so many references in every match. And I'm still like, every time I'm like, oh, I guess maybe that's baseball or something.
Yeah,
like,
I never understand when they compare it to sports teams, but I just
yeah.
The funny thing is, Teresa and I finally, DM and I finally discovered what 500 meant. What when they talk about the things being 500 in the Paul Preston match, we finally understood what that meant.
Yeah, and I actually know the term, but I know it from Schmoedown because someone already explained it once. Or I heard it in the same situation over and over again. So I kind of, but I had no idea before. So yeah, it's sometimes funny.
I will say that the whole like idea of storylines, when I first got into the Schmoedown, it wasn't something I was very invested in. I used to skip the beginnings and the interviews and just watch the trivia. But as I've got into the league, I've really started to enjoy that aspect of it more. And some of my all-time favorite moments are storyline related. The 5 Horsemen reveal was
Oh my
blew
God.
my mind. That's one of my all-time favorite bits, and that's not trivia, that's storyline. So I think I will say my favorite all-time moment is still free for all, Mark and Draco 4-4x 4-4. That will never. I don't think that can ever be beaten. But there's so many good ones.
It's
There's one
subjective.
that
I
watched
definitely.
recently. There's one that I watched recently that would beat that for me, and that's Rachel in the handicap match, almost winning
So cool.
that
So cool.
handicap
Yeah.
match. And I don't think any other player could have done that, especially at that time. Could have done
Yeah.
what she did there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That was and she's always underestimating herself, because like in that time I still wasn't sure about everything. I didn't know if like all of it is pre-planned, if all of the storylines, like I had no idea. So I watched it and I was thinking probably it's not real, but she was playing it so well. Like it was I was like I hated everyone else in that match. I remember like being so angry at Ken, like, how could you do this to her? You are friends. No. So yeah, and I think a lot of people did this, skipping the promos at first. And now it's like the best part, the cutscenes in the spectacular. I was like salivating to get to the next one, because yeah.
I grew into it.
Maybe
I love it now.
Maybe it's because I joined so late that I enjoyed the cutscenes so much.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's also when I started, it wasn't that big of a part. Like if you had sunglasses, you were a heel. That's like
it's so different now. The league.
And for a long time, I thought Andrew Guy is just a jerk. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. Sorry, you can continue.
I think we all did.
Draco.
Speaking of Rachel Cushin, who for me is my all-time favorite player, and I think still the best all-time Inner Geekdom player, leads us nicely to the Inner Geekdom match of the week. Now, Ben, can I just ask you to bring up our prediction league quickly?
This is
because we all made a bit of a mistake. If you look at the bottom there is a whole row of red.
Yeah.
So all four of us went for Barbarian, and I even went as far to say I thought it could be a TKO against Alex.
You went that far, yeah. I feel like I was the only one who defended Alex the last show.
I was this close to picking Alex, and I thought the reason he won't do well is because of that rematch for Star Wars. And boy, was I wrong. That just got him so much more fired up.
It had the opposite effect, didn't it? And I think this is the first time we've all been wrong on a prediction. So
yes, it is.
So what I thought would happen was I thought the new categories would sink him, but it didn't happen at all. And actually, he did as well in round one as Barbarian, and I was really surprised by that. Matt messaged
it probably
me.
Made him stronger.
Yeah, who knew? Who knew? Matt messaged me saying he thought Alex got lucky because he got Star Wars. I push back on that because
I'm glad he's not here today because
I'm bringing his opinion because he's not with us. I don't think he was lucky. At the end of the day, yes, I guess getting Star Wars is his strength. We know that, and as soon as he got it, I knew he was going to get 10 in the round. But he still got 8 out of 10 in the first round. That's a really high score this year. I don't think even in the title match, I think Mara and Chandru was 9-7, was it, if I remember rightly, or something like that.
I think they both had 9, or 8-8 or 9-9. I think they were tight.
I can't remember. I know, but
I feel like Mara
but it wasn't perfect. It wasn't perfect.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's my point. We haven't seen a perfect Inner Geekdom round 1 yet, I believe. I might be wrong on that.
Wait,
but
didn't
I think
Saul
might got 9.
Oh yeah.
I'd have to double check, but anyway,
it is a lot this year.
8 out of 10 in round 1 is a super good score, and I didn't expect Alex to do that well with all these new categories. And I pushed back on that because at the end of the day, Alex hit his 5-pointer in a category that I didn't realize he'd be strong in, which was a Jurassic
Thomas makes a good
Park
point.
question.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're going to talk about it. Yeah, it's
I watched this with Teresa. We were both quite surprised Barbarian, when it came to round 2, stuck with Spider-Man, because we saw in the Humphrey match how difficult the questions are.
Yeah.
And it was no exception this time, to be honest. It was very difficult. The only one I knew was the Death Star, because I remember it in the trailer. I don't even know if that was in the round or if that was his 2 or 3-pointer. I can't remember, but might have been his 5-pointer. But yeah, I such a hard category. It's so specific, and I think I was surprised it didn't spin again, and I think that's what cost him the match ultimately.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you also knew the Electro. You knew
I would just,
a few.
I would just like to say, based on remember when Teresa said that Liz got lucky last year, and I nearly went off on her.
You're going to harp on it for the whole year, right?
No, I won't, I promise. But I would just say the same thing applies to Alex Damon in this one. You have to have the knowledge, you have to have built the foundations even before you get lucky in order for the luck to help. So he went 8 for 10. If he had spun Star Wars and he had only got 4 for 10, it wouldn't have mattered anyway. So he built that foundation so that the luck could help him get through. And you only, when you get lucky, or lucky in inverted commas, it's because, as Gary Player said, the more practice you have, the luckier you get.
I agree, and I don't agree with Matt. So when he messaged me saying he got so lucky, I was like, whoa. He still hit his 2-pointer, and he hit his 5-pointer, a difficult 5-pointer, I think, as well. It wasn't luck. He just played better. That's all it was.
And he also answered the 5-pointer with a lot of swagger, saying like all of the names.
He
said like, I'm not even. Yeah.
You know, that was cool. That was pretty cool. And I will just say Barbarian did really well to stay in the match, because he could have easily have been TKO'd. And when that happens, you never know what happens. We saw it in the Shazam final exam. Sorry, not final. Shazam Odd Couple spectacular match. You know, if you make them hit the questions, you never know what can happen. And he could have easily have missed the 5, and Barbarian would have taken it. So he did so well to stay in the match. I will say that.
Yeah, so I'm going to repeat myself a little bit from the last show, because I said I feel like Alex had a big chance because he has superpowers in Earning Geekdom. He has like the categories where he excels in. And it's not like Barbarian wasn't able to spin a second time and maybe get a Jurassic Park or something that is his real strength. So I'm really angry at the haters. I feel like you were all saying, not you, I mean like the fans, that if Alex Damon will get a #1 contender shot or a championship like match, that you would include him more in the Mount Rushmore conversation. And now when he did it, you're all like, oh yeah, he spun Star Wars. Well, yeah. And if Rachel Cushing spun Lord of the Rings and took the category, you would be like, oh yes, I love that. So I'm just I don't think that's the case at all. I have also, like, if you see the POV reaction to the match, you see Molly Damon being like, oh my god, he stole those Spider-Man questions. I had no idea he even knows those movies that well. So I think Alex did all of it like the right way. And of course he spun Star Wars, of course that's his strength, but he could have also spun Lord of the Rings and it could go the same way, because he has some real strengths and he's a very good player.
To address Thomas's comment, even if he doesn't spin Star Wars, he's strong in Star Trek, he's strong in Lord of the Rings. And he showed he's strong in Jurassic Park as well. So
Yes.
And I think
Also, I think
swashbuckling adventure,
swashbuckling
because
adventures. Yes.
he does Indiana Jones content on his channel as
Yeah.
well, because it's Lucasfilm, and I think that comes under that. And I don't know about Pirates. I think that's in it as well. But yeah,
Yeah, it's in it. Yeah.
I think
I
if
just
he sorry, go on, Teresa.
No. I just wanted to finish my thought, but like I think people should stop underestimating Alex and think he just watches Star Wars and that's it. If you also even the championship match, the exhibition, he knows about movies. He may not
Yeah.
like thrive in singles now, but I think he's a pretty decent player in a geekdom, and I actually put him and Barbarian about at the same level because I think maybe Barbarian has more like bigger base knowledge. But when you zero on in some categories, I think Alex is better. So I think it's like a 50-50. And I think Barbarian could beat him in their next match, like if the luck goes his way. But as Ben said, you have to be on some level to even like do Barry's spinner's choice, and it didn't do him anything. Like it didn't do anything for him. So you have to have the knowledge and then the luck, and it's always a factor. Like Dan was lucky last year, I feel like, because when it's sudden death, I think it's about the luck because it's who misses first. So I'm really looking forward to seeing Roxy and Shannon going against each other. And I just wanted to say, we both turned around in that match when we were watching it with Liam, and we were both cheering for Alex like really hard because we were like, we all picked the same. It doesn't matter. Let Alex
because it
win
didn't
this
matter
one.
for the league.
Yeah.
I just wanted him to win.
Yeah.
This is a repeat, isn't it?
Because I was so close to picking Alex, I was still cheering for Alex. But yeah, you're right, Liam. It will be a rematch from last year's tournament.
Yeah.
And hopefully this time Alex will listen to his manager.
When he wanted to maybe spin away, and Roxy was like,
no,
we're not in it for the layers, we're in it for the W's.
Yep.
Yeah, that would have been a terrible choice if he did that. So
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad he didn't do it. I wouldn't be happy if he did it because this is his strength. Let it be his strength and use it as much as you can. Because
So the last point I wanted to make on this match, and in general, Alex is game playing in a geekdom. The way I see it is, if you compare Alex to Barbarian, if you rank their strength out of 10 in the categories, I'd say Barbarian is maybe a 7 or an 8 in the majority of them, whereas Alex is 10 in about 3, and then maybe like 6 on the rest. So he's good, but his strengths are like amazing, and I think that's where if he can get a 10 category in round 2, he has an amazing chance of winning because his overall knowledge is like maybe a 6 or a 7 out of 10. Whereas I think Barbarians is like 7, 8 across the board. And I think in this match, it went his way and he got one of those 10 categories. But it's not just Star Wars. Like, I think he goes perfect if he gets Lord of the Rings. I think he goes perfect if he gets swashbuckling, even Star Trek. He's proven he can do that in the past. So I want to see him. I'd love to see him get a category like that against Mike, because then I think it makes it a better game. It's a tougher challenge for Mike as well, because last year I think he got DCEU against Mike. I can't remember, and that tanked him. But I'm sure he's shored himself up on those categories. So we'll see. But I'm looking forward to it.
Before we leave that match behind, so I wanted to ask you, as I said, a lot of people, when asking about Alex and like their top players, said that if he got good enough in a geekdom, like let's say be in a number 1 contenders, maybe win a number 1 contenders, they would maybe rank him between the best of the best. So did your opinion change a little bit after this match? Or do you think that maybe if he wins against Kalinowski, you would maybe put him before some players now?
For me,
Yeah, me
he
go
needs
first.
to win the belt.
Yeah?
If
Okay.
he wins the IG belt, then I seriously consider him Rushmore, because he's done it in Star Wars and he was so dominant in that league, and I fully expect him to have the belt back again at some point. Maybe even if he doesn't win his rematch, I'm sure he's going to take the belt again. He's too good a player. I think for me, just winning the Star Wars belt isn't enough to put you on Rushmore. If you can be a double belted champion, then absolutely he's in the talk for it.
Mm-hmm.
That's my take.
The thing is, it didn't change my opinion on him because I see Rushmore in a different way to most people see it.
Okay.
I see it as who built the foundations of the leagues. So that's why I put Roker, I put Rachel Cushing, Clark Wolf, obviously Mark Ellis and Christian on, but Alex basically was the Star Wars League for 4 years. And if anybody wanted to play in Star Wars, their goal was to beat Alex. You heard, I don't know if you guys watch Beyond the Schmoedown, but every time Andrew DiMolanta spoke about Alex, you could see this reverence in his eyes, and you could see that he just wanted to play him, never mind beat him. He wanted to play him in a Star Wars match, and he basically made the Star Wars League what it is today.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he didn't keep on that belt as long as he had, I don't think we would see Zach Burkett and all these people. I think Christian would have listened to the critics like Brad Gilmore, who said that the Star Wars League should have been ended. So for me, he is on that Rushmore, not because of his inner geekdom things, but because he built the Star Wars League on his back. The same way Roker built the singles and teams league and made the character work so big.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of don't want Alex to win the belt from DiMolanta, not only because I'm a big fan of DiMolanta, but because I want to see Alex in the tournament for the first time. I want him to be in the second Star Wars tournament and just go through it match after match, play like 6 Star Wars matches a year, which would be really different for him. And I want to see it. I want him to get his hands dirty a little bit.
Work for it, Yeah. I like that idea. I worry if he does lose though. No, he probably would be eligible. I'm just thinking like, would he? He
would be,
shot,
because then Laura has a shot, and I feel like then there will be a tournament. So I think he could be eligible, and I think he actually would want to do it. He wanted to
play,
do it last year. Yeah. So.
And he was very honest when speaking about last year's tournament matches. He said he would have lost some of them because he didn't know some of the 5-pointers that Ace got. I remember specifically Ace hit a very tough Last Jedi question, which he literally did in half a second of Christian answering in it. It was about where was the ship parked or something in Last Jedi, and it was like he asked him.
Yeah. Okay.
He asked him, what is the name of the first Star Wars film? He knew it was so easy for him, and it was the most difficult question. Alex said he didn't know it. So I'd love to see him run through a tournament. I think he could do it, and then he would rack up the points, probably get more points for doing that than he would have if it was a title match. So it'd be great to see. But I don't think that will happen because I think he's going to win the belt back.
Yeah, we'll see. But I think it would be so much fun.
So Thomas says that Alex didn't do well in Star Trek.
But he did.
No, but
he
did in the tournament.
Yeah. And
he went 8 for 8 or 10 for 10. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I still
but
remember
it's
Alex saying, I still remember Ellis saying, he knows all the stars.
yeah.
yeah. And I think if I remember rightly, I think he got Harry Potter in the Emily Rose Jacobson match, and he did okay. I think he may have went 5 for 10 or something like that. But yeah, that was a really interesting talk. There was one more match of the week we'll get to now.
Ooh, yes.
Now, I don't think we need to spend too long on this because we did do a watch along. So we have. Can I mute her? Do I have that power?
You have that power.
I have that power. She's muted.
She might mute you back, and then it will be a mute war.
Hello, everyone. So I am amazing, and Liam sucks. Yeah.
Wow.
Let's talk about that amazing match. Ben, do you have some thoughts?
Lon let me down. It was Lon's fault.
Well, it wasn't entirely Lon's fault. Let's note. I think this was.
No, it was.
They wouldn't win either way, even if.
They would.
Even if Lon. No, they wouldn't.
Paul.
You're
Paul was the only player to go perfect in round 1.
Yeah, but he missed the additional question. He also thought Dwayne The Rock Johnson was the answer to one question, and he was the one who missed the 3-pointer. So don't make it only about Lon.
Yeah, I'm just bitter because
you are.
I'm the only one that went for final exam. I just had a feeling. I thought, and my reason I went for it, I always the same reason I went for Paul against Bibbs. I just think Paul looks pretty unstoppable, and Paul played well. Fortunately, I'm not okay. I'm gonna bash on Lon a little bit again. I think Lon needs to improve his first round.
Okay, I agree there.
Yeah.
Fair enough. The second round was a mixture of both of them. And I will say Lon actually pulled a lot of those answers out, the correct ones, before Paul did. So fair play to him. And Paul didn't hit the 3-pointer, but
and he hit his 2.
Yes,
which I wouldn't have known.
But if final exam is gonna contend for titles, his first round needs to be on par with Paul. Because it's already opening the gap immediately, and when you're playing teams like Shazam, Odd Couple, Deception, Corruption, whatever it is, that's too big of a gap. It'll put you. It means I think that what Drain the Rock question, I think they had to go for it because it was too. Did he miss 5 in a row? I didn't realize that, Thomas. There you go. That is devastating.
Yeah. I don't think it was 5. I think it was 4, but I could be. Maybe it was 5. Yeah, it was 13, 14, 11, maybe. Yeah.
We saw the same situation happen with Corruption last year. I believe it was against Shazam, where Mike, I think, only hit 3 or 4, and then the whole match they were trying to catch up, and they just couldn't catch up. And that's what's going to happen if Lon can't match that first round. And I love Lon. He's an amazing character. He's one of my favorite Schmoedown personalities. I really want him to win a belt. But I think Paul needs to team up with someone else. And I want to see Paul and Chance as a team. Not going to happen. But that's my dream team.
I don't want to see that at all. I disagree with you completely, respectively not. Because all of your points are wrong. Ben, you can go first, and then I'm going to show Liam where the truth lies.
Wrong.
They're all wrong. Hi, hello.
Matt's not with us. He's also our Croatian on the team.
I wonder if that isn't Matt.
Maybe it is.
It might be Matt.
Can you guys see that?
I can't see it. It's too blurry.
Oh, 4. Okay, well, it says 8. It says 8. You know why? because I scored 8 points in this.
Yeah, you did. You did. Come on, gloat a little. You can do it.
I'm so happy.
You've
Yes.
earned the gloating, to be fair. You played very
Yep.
well that match.
Yes.
I love that. But yeah, look, I will say I would love to see Chance and Paul team up. Yeah, and yeah, I kind of I kind of enjoyed this match, not just because it toppled Liam, but because I really like Shazam, and I'm glad they won and are on their way to the belt again. And we'll see Deception Shazam if that's the case, maybe. Or Lightning Time Shazam.
Yes, that's the correct order. Yes. And those matches sound fabulous.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah,
I
I do agree that Lon should improve his first round, and I don't think it's that difficult. Like, it is difficult, but there are few things I feel like sometimes he knows the answer, and maybe because he's not that like into the game, sometimes maybe if he used to repeat on the Dead Poet Society question, maybe he would have got there in his head, because I feel like I feel like he would get to that answer maybe. But if you don't know, you just don't know. I feel like this is kind of special, because I think Shazam is one of few teams who almost always both of them go like perfect or 7 max. Like, Corruption is a great team, but Mike constantly gets 6 points, 5 points. 7 is a really good round one for him. Deception, great team. I still feel like Adam Collins is the one with the perfect round. So if you have Paul with the perfect round, then Marisol maybe gets 6 or 7. And Lon got a few perfect rounds last year. So it's not impossible for him. I think you need to focus him more on the perfect round, because I feel like everywhere else he's just as strong as everybody. He has a real like broad-based knowledge, I feel like, but I think they just need to push him a little bit more to understand the game better. I also feel like Paul got a little bit in his head, because he really wanted to win that match, and he missed a question he probably knew. And then they had that mishap in the second round where they said rock and it wasn't the rock, and then they both seemed to realize what they did wrong, which is always, I think, like what haunts the competitors the most.
And
If
that's
you
a
then
four-point
realize,
swing.
if you then realize what you did wrong and that you should maybe take a little more time. That's why I'm not always angry when like Bateman goes his full 15 seconds, because I think that's the smartest strategy you can do. Just like think about it, check if does everything seem right, and they didn't do it, and then he wasn't able to pull that free. And I feel like the blame was like evened out in this game. I feel like Paul did some mistakes, Lon did some mistakes, and it wasn't like Paul was angry at Lon. I think Lon performed the same way he does. He should have get more points in round one, but that's all. But Paul was more angry at himself, I feel like.
Yeah, maybe I will say to your point and to Liam's, we were worried in our watch along that Paul might turn heel.
Yeah,
we were really worried.
Reaction, and I hope he doesn't, because I personally like him having
me too.
having the work of season 6 with the attitude of season 7. I like that aspect of him, but maybe that's what's making him.
My guess is the next Chandru scene will be Paul. The Chandru Laura recruitment. I don't know if he'll go, but that would be my. I think we'll see that this week. We'll see if I'm right.
Yeah, the thing is, I think Bateman talked about it a lot, and maybe even Roka, that they used to play those heels like universally hated, but in some ways it worked for them better. They had like a little edge, and so they now incorporated a little bit of that heel persona in their now performances, and it works for them better. That, like Bateman said, if I was a total face, I wouldn't be able to play as well. And I think maybe Paul feels the same way. I kind of feel, but I kind of feel he already did it this year. I don't think he's that happy-go-lucky person he was last year. It feels like he's more focused, he's more intense. But I don't want him to turn heel completely.
No,
I don't want to. I like this
face.
Yeah, and I like this like free, chill Hawaiian vibe he's having. Also, they would have to change his song, right? His intro. So I don't want that. I like the music.
Yeah, I actively root for Paul now, and I didn't like him when he came into the league, but I really like him now. I like his story.
Same.
I like his comeback. So yeah, we'll see what happens. He won his singles match, so he still has that going for him. And he probably has a small route to a title. I don't know what that looks like, but I imagine there's not many matches to go because seeing as he beat Bibbs. But yes, good match. As we mentioned, we did do a watch along. It's on our channel now, so if you want to check that out, it's on the channel. And we'll be doing.
Also, Chance with Paul is just wrong. It doesn't make sense. I think they have the same knowledge.
I will push back on that. I will push back on that. I think Chance and Paul is a very similar team up to Murrell and Bateman. I think it's that type of team.
Yeah, I don't feel that way. I feel like Dan and Bateman has a real different approach to the game, and they both know it. And combining that, it could be a real powerhouse. But I feel like Chance and Paul have a very similar like approach to the game, and I feel like they have very similar knowledge. And I saw them together a lot of times. They played like 3 times already, and I kind of want to see some fresh, like see Paul maybe with someone who I don't expect at all. But I get your point. I feel like if Corruption and Final Exam won't win titles this year, it's the end of those teams. I think they're going to both go separate ways. If they win, then that's a different conversation. But I think if they don't win titles, this is the end of those 2 teams.
I agree. I think they need to either be in contention for a title, so like maybe have a number 1 contender or something, or have a title. Otherwise, it's bye-bye. Okay, so
and it's a shame because when I was watching the pay-per-views last year, it was always Final Exam that was in the undercard, and in every match they did so well, except when they faced Shazam, and then it just fell apart.
Yeah, it's I want them to win at least 1 title. I do.
Lon to win. I want Lon
to win. Yeah.
And I don't see him getting it in singles. So I think with him, he has a very good
the way
shot
he
playing with
plays.
Paul.
Yeah.
I mean, he was TKO'd by Collins last year. So was Roker, to be fair. And
yes.
Collins was unstoppable in that era. But we'll see. Okay, I think it's time, guys.
Yeah, I'm avoiding it. I'm going to say honestly, I did some studying for our predictions today.
Oh, someone is taking it very seriously now.
Yes, well, it means a lot because like the ability to shut up Liam just feels so good. But after watching hours and hours of content, I still have 3 matches that I have written down, and I have both of those players in the cards because I still have no idea. So this is a really hard one for predictions.
I mean, at the moment, I think there's only 5 points between me and you to Ben. Is that right? You're on 9, aren't you?
Yep.
There's only been 20 matches. I think I just counted 20. Or maybe 19. There's going to be such a long way to go in this season, and we're probably going to have tournaments in teams, singles. I reckon we'll have 2 in each. So there's so long to go, but it does feel nice to be top of the league, and I don't plan on giving it up anytime soon.
Yeah, well, your plans don't matter. Like, sorry.
Okay, I'm just going to. I have up the schedule from the Schmoedown Live, which is a really useful site run by Frank. So I'll put that up so we can see the matches for the week. Okay. So just quick, I'll quickly go through them so we know what we have this week, and then I'll get rid of it so we can see our predictions. So first match is Bradley against Ty. Bradley is Swag, Ty's Finstock, which is Wednesday. In singles, we have Hoyt, Newman. Really intrigued about that one. Whiteley, Hoey, and then we have our pay-per-view, Collins, Murrell, and Stacey Howard, Kevin Smith. So I'm going to get rid of this now.
There's 3 matches where I don't even know what I'm going to pick. So hang on a sec. I see there's a comment.
Okay,
so I have Newman on one side, Hoik in the other.
I assumed it was you, Matt.
I have Kevin and I have Howard on the other side, and I have Whiteley and Hoey because I really don't know. I watched like hours of Whiteley and Hoey talking, and then I realized I feel they're like completely the same level in different ways, but no.
Okay,
let me get Matt. Hang on. Let me get Matt's thing before I jump to it.
Okay, so Matt, this is while you're doing that, I will say this is my favorite part of this show. I love doing this prediction league. I'm so into it. I think we'll start cutting it out as well, so people can see our predictions for the week.
Does it seem like Matt is in the chat and saying that he can go in if
he said he can come in if
really?
Yeah.
Maybe does he have the link on the Facebook?
We may have our fourth co-host joining us to
yeah, we can tear into him about saying that Alex had luck.
Yeah.
I want some defense on that because I disagree with him completely. So he can explain his reasons.
He can jump in and he can explain. So
I need to think about this now because I don't know a lot of them. It's so hard. Some of these, so hard.
Yeah, I'm just going to say that we may do some stereo shows in the future. Yeah, we have Matt. Okay, I'm going to say it after. Hi.
Hello, Matt.
Hi.
Hi. You seem to be chilling.
Hi, your TV's
on holiday.
Welcome to Teresa's show.
Yeah, I'm so happy. Oh, my girlfriend just threw the pillow on me. That's okay. Welcome to Teresa's show. Everything is better than Liam's show. So
how dare you?
Thank you. That means a lot.
I built this show, okay?
Did you?
And you get as much as respect as Roca.
Okay,
Matt,
before we do our predictions,
we have to have you defend yourself, my friend.
Matt, can you turn your telly off, please? I can't hear you very well.
Okay, wait, I will move. Wait.
Okay, so Matt is coming in hot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Matt has a hot take.
We have some questions about your hot take.
We're going to destroy you, Matt. So you may regret joining us. This might have been a bad move on your behalf coming into our stream because now we're going to absolutely destroy you.
Wow.
We're Alex Damon's den here. So
okay, I'm here.
Okay,
so I heard a little birdie say that you thought, I'm the host now. Are you happy? You're happy about it, right?
Yeah,
I thought so. So we heard a little birdie say that you thought Alex got lucky and that it wasn't really that good of a match for him. Is that true?
No.
And what can you tell us about this?
Okay, I just think that he is not in that match, but he is the luckiest man in the Inner Victim because he always gets some sort of stars, Star Wars or Star Trek. In this match, he played better. There is no point on telling not, because he did knew his 5-pointer. He had to answer his 5-pointer in order to win. But when you look all his matches before, he always had some luck on the wheel, and if he didn't, he was done, like against Mike. That's what I was going to say. But in this match, he absolutely deserved to win. He was better than Barbarian, because they were practically the same in the first round, and yeah, he got his ultimate strength in the second, but at the end he has to knew his 5-pointer to win. So I cannot say anything about this match, but I do think that he took the Mike Kalinowski spin from Mike, when the Mike got the James Bond all the time.
Yeah, so Liam lied. I'm not that surprised. He's known for that, but
he didn't quite lie.
Yeah.
I received a message saying Alex was so lucky.
Yeah, I do agree a little bit, but that's like Dan is my favorite competitor, and if he wasn't lucky, he wouldn't win so much. So it's just, I feel like luck is a factor in the Schmoedown, and sometimes you have it, sometimes you don't. He didn't have it in the Star Wars match this time, so it's just, it balances out. But yeah, it's like good for him to spin Star Wars. That's true.
I did explain to this what I said to Ben before when we talked privately.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've defended your point. Are you ready for the predictions? Do you know who you're going for?
Yep.
Okay.
Ben.
All right, it's time, everyone, for the prediction league.
Do you all see how Liam is still trying to host, even though we finished the chapter? So, guys, who are you picking?
Wait.
Then, are you ready?
I have it written.
No, Liam, what are you doing?
I was just explaining to the host.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Tie.
Yeah, I don't see Ben's at all. Ben, what did you type?
Ben is tie as well. Tie.
And
so
Matt
everyone
tie.
Everyone is tied.
Okay, so
I'm really not happy
Teresa,
about that.
You start.
Yeah, I'm really disappointed in you guys. Like, we're not just a Finstock Exchange podcast, but yeah, it's not that surprising because we saw a lot of rookies from the Exchange play really well, and even the ones losing, like Brother Lomis, I still think he put up maybe a better performance than his opponents. So I'm not that surprised. We also don't know that much about Bradley Tingle, I feel like, and swag is brewing with Civil War, so that like can't happen. The situation. What's your take, Matt?
Well, my take is that Ty Lieberman is Barbarian's trivia partner, and yeah, we all saw what Barbarian can do in singles, and that's it. That was my reasoning.
Yeah, I think that's a good point.
And also, what is the problem here?
I'm just hosting, and they are laughing at me. I don't know why.
Hold on.
So,
thank you.
Okay,
She's leading really hard into this hosting thing.
I must rewatch this show. I already see that this show was amazing.
It's 5 Lieberman. It's 5 for
Lieberman.
I actually think that Ty is really, really good. I think that what Barbarian said, that he also had some stipulations when it came to the draft. I think his stipulation was to draft Ty Lieberman, and I think that actually he wants to be a teammate with him in teams. I think that that's one of the main reasons he just let JT team up with Roca, because I think that he's more comfortable with his friend he said that he's teammates in trivia with him since 2003. So
Yeah.
they know each other, and I don't think that you can be a teammate with someone like Barbarian if you don't know your stuff. So I am expecting the big things from him. For example, I didn't know much about next Things of Exchange competitor who is playing this week. So I thought actually that Ty Lieberman is the best pick Exchange got from all the rookies. So I'm actually, because I did hear of him before, but I'm not sure now. But I'm going with my gut from the beginning of the season, and that's that Ty Lieberman will do pretty well.
Yeah, I think Griffin Newman might surprise you a little bit, but let's go to Ben. Ben, why did you pick Ty?
Well, I picked Ty because are you ignoring Liam completely?
No, but last is the worst. So.
Oh, come on, he's not that bad.
I'm just joking. Guys, he was tearing us apart for 3
I
shows.
know.
I think I can do it now for 1 show.
Me?
I will
Go
say
on.
that the reason I chose Ty was because I know more about Ty than I do the other guy. I think Bradley we don't know enough about. As Matt said, Ty is the teammate of Barbarian. I've seen him on a few after shows. He seems to know his stuff. So yeah, I mean, and I've heard some people say, "Oh, that guy," so he must be good. So yeah, and he has been touted by many people, as Matt messaged me to say. So even outside of the exchange. So, and I haven't heard anything about Bradley. So, sorry, Bradley.
Yeah, I do think I have a strong belief in Winston Marshall. So I think there must be a reason why he picked Bradley, even though we didn't hear about him. It's not like he was the one to build his team last year from people we didn't really know that much about to the absolute stars in the league, like Ace and Chandru and everybody. Liz got the spotlight under his vision. So I feel like maybe we might be surprised, but based on the knowledge we have, I think Ty is the way. Liam, do you have anything to add?
Oh, so much my joint.
You don't have to.
Bradley Tingle was Swag's 11th pick. Ty Lieberman was Finstock Exchange 7th. That on top of everything Matt has said about Barbarian and all this trivia knowledge, it's looking like he's probably going to be the teammate of Barbarian, which could potentially be their A team more so than Rushmore, if he's as good as Barbarian has built him up to be. Also, I went with Rick Radis and it paid off. Brother Lomas didn't, but I didn't pick him, so it's fine. It's just looking like the rookies, the rookies Finstock Exchange have picked seem to be doing quite well. And just one other point, if you don't mind, my amazing co-host. Someone put on the Facebook group. Someone put on the Facebook group, it might have been a smart idea for the Finstock Exchange to pick rookies because most of them get debuted against other rookies.
Yeah.
So it's a good point someone made, and actually that could be a really good way to pick up points. And it has
I
been
also
working.
made that point last show, Liam, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
that I think they're going to.
Do you know
they're
what,
going
co-host?
to be.
It was such a good point that you made. I just wanted to repeat it because it was
Thank
so
you.
good.
Thank you. I think we are now done with your comments on this match, and let's move on to the other match this week. Mark Edward Hoyk versus Griffin Newman. This is, I feel like, very interesting matchup because I don't think we've seen Mark Edward Hoyk shine thus far, except the horror free-for-all. But I feel like we all have high hopes for him. Like, we know he could be really good, but we haven't seen it yet. And Griffin Newman, I feel like, is probably maybe one of the most highly touted rookies. Everyone is talking about how good he is.
Wasn't he Finstock's first pick in the draft?
He was, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also having a rookie play against someone who is in the league for some time, that means you really, I think Matt said it on the last show, that like they have some trust in him playing well. So
Yeah.
are we all prepared to show our picks?
Yes.
Yeah.
Liam wanted to say something, but then was like, no.
No,
Okay,
I'm
so
ready.
3, 2, 1, go. Okay, I have Newman, Mark Hoik for Liam,
So
and you have also Hoik.
Matt went with Griffin. I went with
Also a
Hoik.
split.
So
he splits down the middle.
So this is good news, Teresa.
So
this
this is
means one of
visually
us.
pleasing. This is visually pleasing right now because we're split down the middle. I'm going to start with Liam now because we heard his opinion last before.
Thank
So
you.
let's go, Liam. You can go first. I'm going to
It's very
give
kind
you
of
this
you.
opportunity.
Very
Yes,
kind of you, Teresa.
I know. I'm just kind.
This is really interesting because this means now that one of us will be in the lead after this match because we are currently joined. So we have the first time.
Yeah, and I'm still rethinking my decision. So
this is a very tough one to call. Obviously, we don't know much about Griffin. I am taking into consideration the fact it was his first pick. That is a big deal. But we haven't seen enough of. I don't think we've seen Mark Hoik shine yet, and I partly think that's because we've only seen him in teams minus the horror free for all. And last year he was put with Elliot Dewberry, and I don't think he's on the same level as Hoik. And I seeing him in the free for all, I was like, this guy is for real. He was the MVP, deservedly so, and I know it was specifically horror. But he showed that he has such a strong knowledge. And when he did show up in his matches, he played really well in the teams. And I think he was just let down by his partner a little bit. I can't remember who he was with in the other team, if I'm being honest. It was a long time ago, before Dewberry. But I remember him having quite a good showing. I think I'm just going for Hoyt because I love corruption and I think he could be a star. And I don't know enough about Newman to not pick Hoyk, basically.
Yeah, I do agree. I really like Mark Hoyk. I want to see more of him. So if he won this match, I would be really happy. I don't want Fanstock Exchange to get more points. I want I want corruption to get more points, and I want to see more of Shannon with Hoyk because they are a really good fit. But I need to see him perform really well in a normal match before I can pick him. And even though we know virtually nothing about Griffin Newman, we know a lot of people had him on their lists. And there has to be a reason. And I'm kind of picking him for this year's Adam Collins. Maybe not like in that intensity. I don't know if anyone can ever do that again, but I think he's going to be one of the best rookies maybe we see this year. So I'm picking Newman, but I'm really heartbroken about it, and I'm going to be cheering for Hoyk wholeheartedly. And if that's the reason Liam is getting the lead again next week, then I'm not even mad because I didn't go with my heart at all in this pick. I love Hoyk. He's amazing. So yeah, Matt, what are your thoughts? What are you picking?
Yeah.
Newman.
This is a hard match to pick. Really hard.
And it hurts, right?
No, I actually watched.
No.
No, I watched the Newman podcast about movies. He has a podcast about movies, and I like him. I think that he's one of the rare people who are too good to fit in the exchange as a personality. But yeah, I just think that I remembered what Barbarian said on backstage, and that actually stuck in my head. He said, after you watch Griffin's match next week, you will understand why we picked him first. It sounded to me like the match is already over. and he knows the Griffin played phenomenally, and that's why I went with Griffin. And I also think what Teresa thinks, that he's probably the best singles rookie. This he
Yeah.
will be our best singles rookie this year
Yeah,
in singles.
there's a lot of contenders. Yeah, there's a
but,
lot of highly touted rookies, but he seems to be one of the first names always.
I'll be honest. Him and I cannot remember the name. The fan leaguer. I think he's in the Rockstars now.
Yeah, Jacoby Bancroft.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's wow.
He's another
People talk
one.
about him a lot.
Yeah, he's another one I want to see. I don't know if he's the one who actually has beaten the Collins, because Collins lost the championship.
I'm not sure,
before
but I know he was the player of the year in the fan leagues last year, which must mean a lot, right?
Yeah,
And all the other fan league, all the other three of the fan leagues have said that he's the best out of all four of them. So
yeah, so Bancroft is going to be another one.
Those two players, actually, those are the two players I'm really looking forward to seeing, and that's why I picked the Newman.
Yeah, I think I had no idea, but I think I heard it on POV that Hoik was one of the founders of movie trivia on the internet. That he played in some I have no idea. I don't know about it, but I heard it said, so it might give him another edge. And is this his first singles match?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, so we're going to see him in we're going to see him in a totally different light. It's like 50-50 for me. Ben, you picked Hoik. You are a good person. You picked Hoik. So why did you pick Hoik?
Well, sorry, Liam. I now feel sorry for you. You.
This is good, actually. I like sympathy.
It's okay. It's only for 1 week. It's going to.
and then I'll be host again, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not only for 1 week. You didn't know. Oh, we forgot to tell him, guys.
You said it now.
Okay. All right. So I chose Hoik because I don't have the history of the Schmoedown that you guys have, but I saw him in the horror free for all, and I saw him in his matches with Dewberry, and he's a beast in those. He has the makings of a champion, and I'm so glad that he went back to corruption. That was the one pick that I hoped that they would get out of the whole draft. I'm so glad that he went back, and that was their first pick, because after they got Marisol, I knew they weren't going to get Laura, and at that point I was just hoping, please pick up Mark Hoik, please. He's such a good fit for corruption, and I don't think he would fit anywhere else. And he has such a good character. I kind of want to see the build to the Elliot Dewberry Mark Hoik corruption thing. I don't know if we'll see that, but that would be amazing if we could. And then I want corruption to get another win. They've got one so far thanks to chance, and they need another one, and I hope that this is the one that they get.
Marisol.
2. Who else won? Oh yeah. Damn it. Sorry, Marisol. You are my favorite of the group, and I forgot you. Sorry.
Yeah. So I agree that performance in the horror free for all was something else, and it was like Bibiani-esque. Yeah, he was really, and we also saw he was in some cafe or something, and still being able to stay focused for such a long time. Amazing. So we'll see. This is a really close one, and the next one is in the Star Wars League, and it's Eric Whiteley versus John Howie. This one is that's a real I can't. I think this is the hardest one yet for me. I'm going to be honest. I have no idea.
Hoik Newman was harder for me than this one, actually.
No, I actually I just have
I'll tell you
no.
my reasons when we show our page, but I'll tell you my reasons why this was hard for me.
Yeah,
But
I'm also going to,
we'll
but
see once we
let's all. Right. Do we all have
hang
it
on.
written down?
I have mine and
Yeah.
Matt's here.
Yeah. Not a blind guess.
mean-
yeah, it's. I also
yeah.
feel like I'm going to save it. So 3, 2, 1. I'm going Whiteley.
I am also
Yeah,
going
also
Whiteley.
Damn it.
I'm the only one going Hoey. I'm now the lone wolf again. Yay!
Yeah, but that's not like I just picked the one who was, I have no idea. I think this is the
I think
yeah.
I think I was the fastest. I was literally going mini mo, and
Yeah.
I
That's
picked
a good way
Eric
to pick.
because
Can I jump in here, please, co-host?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Liam, I'm going to allow you to start as well. You can.
I'll go
Go
after
for
Liam.
it.
'cause-
Thank you, My Highness. Okay, so
Yeah.
I've gone-
you know how to greet me properly. Oh my god, that's so nice.
I only went Whiteley because I looked at the faction rosters and Quirky Mux picked him 5th. Hoey was picked 10th by the dungeon. And I know that doesn't mean everything.
Yeah,
but-
it doesn't mean anything.
no, but I just feel like for Koi to pick him 5th round when his 4th round pick was Dimalanta, well, his first pick. So, sorry, 5th round. By that I mean 2nd round. It was his 5th choice, so it was his 2nd round pick. That makes sense.
Yes.
So
Yes.
his 1st round pick was Andrew, and his 2nd round pick was
Yes.
Whiteley.
Mhm.
He went Star Wars. That shows me he sees something in this guy. Maybe we aren't seeing, because at that point there was known Star Wars talent on the board which hadn't been drafted yet. He could have gone Ace, I think, was still available, or Scrimshaw, and he went with Whiteley. So he obviously has a lot of faith in him. So I just went off the numbers.
Yeah, so the thing is, he didn't pick Jesse Swift, I feel like, for IG. And even though Swift's first match was, I feel, a good match for a rookie, like for the first match for a rookie, I feel like he could have gotten him maybe, a little later. I just don't. Okay, so my reasoning is Eric Whiteley. I watched a lot of content with Whiteley and Hoey today, and I ended up with having no idea because they both have a show about Star Wars. They both do this for a long time. Whiteley, I feel like maybe he has a bigger base knowledge. I think like he maybe has the experience of being in the business longer. I think he said he's been here for 25 years. And Hoey is like the younger player. But on the other hand, I feel like Hoey knows Schmoedown better. He was a fan. He was really into it before. And so that again puts them on the same level for me. So I picked Whiteley only based on him being here longer and knowing like about Star Wars longer, and that's all, because I had nothing else to base my decision on. So who wants to go next? Matt?
yeah, I don't know. I was also looking and I couldn't decide. But okay, the only thing is I know that you will say Koi has I know Mara and Molly, but I'm sure Eric helped Dimalanta with that championship match, and he has Dimalanta. And Molly is good and Mara is good, but I think that Dimalanta is probably a king of studying Star Wars right now. That's why I am really looking forward to seeing Nikki Dimalanta also play.
Yes.
In
Yes.
her Star Wars match, that's one thing maybe why I think that Mercs have a better shot, because I'm sure now that Demalanta will also help a lot because it's doubling down as he's studying and helping his teammates study. So he will probably give his notes and maybe study techniques, some of them or something like that. And yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ben, why did you were the only one? You're the lonely wolf on this pick. You picked Howie. What's your reasoning?
Okay.
I do get it because I was thinking about it really hard, but why did you pick
So-
Howie?
I'm gonna say why this was hard for me first, and I don't know if you guys are fans of Dragon Ball Z.
No.
No.
Okay,
But
well,
I know a lot of people who are, so
there's
I'm
a
a-
show called Dragon Ball Z Abridged, and I discovered Eric Whiteley when he did the reactions to Dragon Ball Z Abridged. That was about 2 years ago now, and I've watched a few of his other reactions. I like him. As he said in his podcast, he seems to really references Star Wars a lot in his comparisons with other shows and other movies. But as Matt said, the dungeon's got Molly Damon, it's got Mara Knopic, and they have Adam Witt. So for me, that's 3 players that can power him up. And quite frankly, I have more faith in Molly Damon as a trainer than I do Demalanta. I'm sorry, Demalanta, maybe I should have more faith in you, but Molly...
So that's the thing. I actually have more faith in Adam Witt because Kaiser said multiple times that he wouldn't be able to do factions at all without Adam Witt. He is like the barbarian of dungeon, but their like manager isn't a total doofus. So they're stronger in that way. But I think like Witt is the trainer there. But also after hearing Demalanta saying that Babes also helped him a lot, it's really leveled for me. I have no idea, but I think Howie isn't a bad pick. I think you might like get us on this one. So
I hope because I need a win.
Yeah, you need some wins on us. So we're getting to the main event, and I feel like we should probably start with the harder one for me and go to the main event at the end. But if you want to, how do you feel? Yeah,
cool.
we're going to start with Sassy Stacy Howard and my favorite nickname, Kevin Goodenough Smith. I like that nickname is perfect. And I have no idea. How do you guys feel?
I've made my choice.
Yeah.
I've changed my choice.
I feel like it's like 5. If they played 10 times, 5 Stacy would win and 5 Kevin would win.
Yeah. I still think Hoik Newman is the hardest to pick this week, but I did finally make a decision.
Okay, are we all ready? Let's go. I'm going to pick Smith. Damn it, Liam, I hate you.
We've all gone with Smith.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
I didn't think we would all pick Smith.
Yeah,
I thought one of
I
us
didn't
might
expect
go
that at all. I
Stacey.
thought I may be alone because Stacy is the best guesser in the Schmoedown.
Yeah,
like seeing her match with it.
Oh, you changed
to Smith? To Smith?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I changed today.
So what changed your mind in the last second before this?
I remembered that this year they have inner geekdom slices.
And you feel like Kevin is stronger in inner geekdom than he has his comic book knowledge, and
his
okay.
daughter,
video game knowledge,
his daughter,
and
his daughter is named Harley Quinn. Yeah, he probably knows.
That's a good point.
Okay, so that seems like a good reason to pick Smith. I really have no idea because Stacey Howard is the queen of guessing and of like ruining rosters for everyone. And she beat some tough people. And like her match with Zipper, I feel like people don't pay enough attention to that match because I've like both of them. There was one of the best matches of last year for me, and her
Yeah.
guessing her 5-pointer. Wow, and she did
She's
it.
the Makuga. She's the Makuga of New Age of Schmoedown.
Yeah, yeah, she's really good. So Liam, why did you pick Kevin? I'm really surprised about you picking Kevin, to be honest.
I love Stacey.
Yeah.
And it was a close one. This was my pick of most exciting match when they were all announced. So
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to this one. My worry with Kevin originally was I don't know how well he knows the game, but from the 2 matches we saw of him, he's been really well versed in the game rules. And actually, he knew what a JTE was. He knew he could use them.
Yeah.
He knew when to go to
Wow.
multiple choice.
Oh, we didn't go for the woman. Even Ben didn't. So, wow.
Yeah, I am
Only
surprised.
Thomas keeping the line.
I
Thomas, you're
I
doing the
think
honest work.
looking at the matches Kevin played, I didn't know how good he was going to be. He actually showed very strong trivia knowledge, and I think it might be better than Stacey's. It will come down to, for me, how well she is in this match because I think she's a little bit inconsistent.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Zipper match, she played amazingly. I don't think she played that well, even though she won against Grey Drake, to be
No,
honest.
I felt like Gray is going to win via like TKO, and then she didn't
couldn't
get
hit
any of
any
her
3-round
questions
questions.
in the further round.
So if we see Zipper Stacey, she's going to win. If we see Grey Drake Stacey, even though she won that match, I think Kevin will win. I just think Kevin. Yeah, I'm glad we're seeing a proper test for him now because I don't think I love Saflaton Flaus, but let's be real, he's not the best trivia player.
How dare you, sir? How dare you? We know
this is
for
a good
sure
match.
that Kevin cheated in the match, and as Zaflurtenflaus said, he's a real stinker. You can continue your point. Sorry.
It's a hard pick. It's a hard pick. I just give the edge to Kevin in this one.
Yeah, I think
with each other.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, and it's similar with Howie and Whiteley. I feel like Kevin has the bigger base knowledge. The question is, how stoned is he when he plays? And no, I'm kidding. I don't think that affects him anymore at all. No.
I think it makes him better.
The question is, like, does he have time to study with the faction? Because Stacey Howard, even though she's not, I feel like the best player in the Schmoedown, she is in the game for so long. She does really know it well. She knows how to use her JTEs properly, and she knows when to and how to guess. And that's like, it really depends on how the game goes. But I feel like they both have their strengths, and it depends.
She doesn't study though.
No,
Yeah,
she doesn't,
she
but
can
she knows the game really well.
True.
Yeah. She knows, like in the Eric Zipper match, you can see, and I'm not gonna lie, I was rooting for Gray in their match because I love Gray, and I'm really sad she's not in the Schmoedown this year. And I think she has like a really big base knowledge and could be a great competitor, but never really got there. So yeah, but I think it's gonna be a close one. Who we didn't hear from? Matt?
Ben.
Ben?
Ben.
Matt, you go first.
Okay. So
Well, I don't know.
Eeny, meeny.
Yeah, no. As I said, I went with Smith because of the inner clickdom, and I agree with what you said. I think that if you play 10 matches, there will probably be 5-5, and yeah, if Stacy studied, I would probably pick Stacy. But Stacy said she won't study for this; she's just doing it for fun. So, and it's the same with Kevin. But I actually think that Kevin is studying a little with Yanni, and kid, because I think that he said that he studied. I know in spectacular, and also I think he has more base knowledge than Stacy, but I'm not counting out Stacy because Stacy is a wizard. If it is her,
She is.
if it is her day, as Liam said, if it's her day, no one can beat her.
Yes.
And if it's not, she can get knocked out. That's Stacy. It's just like Makuga for me. I would love to see if Makuga is still active and played a lot. I would love to see her versus Makuga match because I think that it would be a fun match.
You're right. It's really hard to say. I think this might change next year for me because if Kevin wins more matches and gets even more integrated in the Schmoedown, then I would probably edge him out more happily. But for now, we only saw him in 2 matches, and I feel like the Jericho match, it was like, it's really close for now. And Ben, tell us your thoughts, please. We never can read. I'm sorry.
Quickie Merc. That's why.
Yes, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Because I just went with the manager. That is why I chose.
Yeah.
Because I love the Quirky Mercs, and last time I went against them, it messed me up. So I'm not going to go against my crew ever anymore. Quirky Mercs all the way. And isn't Stacy? She's on Usual Suspects now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So she may have. So there
I'm
might be.
I'm gonna root for her.
Yeah, there might be a bit of a challenge there, but Koi is an excellent manager, and he has a relationship with Kevin Smith, and who knows, maybe he did study. So I think that I went with the faction. That's why I did it.
Yeah, that's actually true. Like in both matches, well, the Hoey Whiteley one, I also love Dungeon, so that was like hard on all the but yeah, Quirky Mercs are the ones I want to get points. So let's get to the main event. I feel like you lot are going to break my heart right now, right? Are you? You will.
We'll see. We'll see.
Okay, so I also have 2 sides of this card.
Have you not picked yet?
I'm going to show you.
I'm surprised.
Let's go. Are you all decided?
Yeah.
I will say this. The only reason I did my I'll tell my reasons later.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay, so I have the numero.
I also
Collins.
have gone Morrow.
And I have the
Collins
goat
and
on the
Collins.
other side because he's the goat, and I put him on both sides because that's how good he is.
No.
So
Yeah, so I'm just going to say, can I just say, he seems to be really angry at me when I picked Liz, and this is the second time he's picking against Dan Merle. So yeah, I see you, Ben. I see you.
I only got angry with you when you said that she got lucky.
Yeah, but I also said Dan is my favorite player, and he gets lucky a lot. Like, I'm not denying that. Like in the Bateman, both of the Bateman matches last year, I thought he's going to lose for sure, and I knew his 5-pointer. So yeah. So let's start with some Dan haters. Ben, you can defend yourself now.
There's only one reason why I felt comfortable going with Collins and breaking your heart is because on Friday's play along, when Matt chose Collins, you said it's okay, it's fine. You understand why.
Yes,
so that's
I know.
the only reason why I felt comfortable going with Collins.
Yeah,
with
and
you
I'm
in the
a
room.
woman, and you believed me, really.
I know, I don't have a girlfriend. Imagine that.
Yeah, I actually do understand. I'm just kidding. I do understand.
I know.
Yeah. But tell us why.
Look. I like Collins. I think he had a hell of a match. He hasn't showed many weaknesses. The weaknesses that he has shown, you can't really plan against.
Hmm.
The times that he's missed, you can't say, okay, he's weak in horror or he's weak in rom-coms or anything like that. With Dan Murrell, you can kind of tell, okay, he's weak in, I don't know, movie release dates.
Is he? He's really great in
I
movie
don't know.
release dates.
I know.
I'm just
I was
going to.
giving an
I'm
example.
waiting.
I was giving an example. You can sort of tell where his weaknesses are, and Collins can strategize against him because he has how many odd years of playing that he's played. Yes, he's probably shored up those weaknesses, but I think Collins doesn't have many weaknesses. And also, I'm hopping on the Collins hype train late because I always thought that he would lose in the next match, the next match, the next match. So, quite frankly, I think he could be the first to defend 3 times.
Yeah, so you're wrong, but it's okay. I'm just really curious. What are those weaknesses of Dan? Because I don't think he has any. You said movie release dates, and I seem to remember
I
him
gave
killing
it as an
a few
example.
times. Yeah. I do understand, but I'm saying even Adam Collins said that you can't prepare for Dan Murrell because he doesn't have
But he did
like
in
weaknesses.
Spectacular, right? He did in Spectacular.
Yes, in the sudden
Remember how?
death and in the ninth question.
No. In the wheel round, he managed to get into Dan Murrell's head, and he admitted that he did that because he said that he chose horror to put horror on the wheel to get into Dan Murrell's head because that he had showed his strengths in the horror free for all.
Yes.
So that being said, he got into Dan Murrell's head. I think he can do it again.
Yeah, I'm not denying that. I'm just saying that I don't feel like you can say that. I feel like if you compare the knowledge, they're the same almost.
Perhaps not knowledge-wise, but I think Dan Murrell's weakness is strategy.
Collins.
And
yeah, I'm not going to.
Collins. And I think Collins has that up on him.
Sorry. So I'm kidding. But this just like, dude.
You can't say
No,
anything bad against
please,
Murrell.
please, like, yeah, I was really apologetic when I picked this. You're not dead now. Yeah, Matt, tell me more about why you are like picking a losing horse.
Okay, first I'm gonna say
I've taught you well.
And
I'm just gonna say this, Teresa. This show is gonna be awesome every time Dan Murray is playing anyone because you're gonna defend him so hard. Okay.
Thank you, Thomas. You are amazing.
I will say this. So actually, I'm fully aware that this match is 50-50. For God's sake, it ended in the sudden death last time. So
yes, it did.
Okay, but actually Teresa helped me pick Collins, to be honest, because when she said Dan got lucky many times in the championship match, and that's true, but sometimes that luck must run out, and I just have a gut feeling, like Liam said, you must go with your gut, and I have a gut feeling that Collins will do that. Because Denver never lost the match when he was a challenger for the title. He always won. And
yeah,
I think this time Collins will defend. Also, I do think that Collins, I cannot say that Collins yet got lucky, really lucky.
I feel like maybe in the Myers match, I think like every time you're in the sudden death situation, it's about luck. And he was in sudden death with Meyer and then with Dan, and I feel both of those instances he was the lucky one because but not like spinning spinner's choice 3 times in a row. Yeah.
Okay, so that was what I was thinking. spinner shots and stuff like that. And
Mm-hmm.
also, I was going with my gut and with my heart because I think that corruption really needs those points.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's also true.
I actually want Schmoedown League to be as much interesting as possible, and I don't think that Dungeon really needs that many points right now. I think it will be more interesting if Adam wins and corruption gets a bump, and everyone is actually, then everyone is really close, and I like that. So but mostly it's a gut feeling that Collins will win this match.
Yeah, the thing is, they both have the most impressive records in singles. I feel like they both did something really special last year, and it's really hard to go against a person who's 7-0 in singles. But it's also the same situation as it was with Demalanta. Like nobody really picked. There were a few people who picked Demalanta, but most people picked Damon because you go based on the number of matches he won, and yeah, I understand. But then, like, I don't want him to lose those stats, like winning every time he challenges for a belt, winning. Like, I don't want him because those stats are legendary, and I don't feel like anyone can ever do it again after this. So I want this to go on.
I must jump in, and that's why, as you said, you cannot tell me that Collins is Alex in this situation. I think that Collins, he's a champion.
Maybe, yeah, maybe he's Demalanta.
I think that he's still the underdog, I think, in this, because Merle is Merle.
I'm not really sure. Like, I feel like the fans are going to be split on this because Collins proved a lot of people wrong last year. Yeah, Liam, you're my favorite person on the screen right now. Wow, that's surprising.
Wow, how the turns table.
Yeah, tell them, Boo, tell them.
All right.
I think I should do this.
I went Murrell for 2 reasons. We lost it. They are.
Go, Ben, come back, please.
Mara and IG slices. So yeah, I'm be pretty confident in that. Dan helped Mara a lot with her studying for the IG belt and probably got a very strong knowledge of IG. I don't know Colin's level of IG knowledge, but I think there's a good chance Mara will put some IG slices on that wheel, which could definitely benefit him.
Yeah, so I hear his IG is pretty good.
Yeah, if Mike said
he played in IG in Fan Leagues.
Well, that's my point redundant then.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Do you want to change, Liam?
No.
Mike Kalinowski actually said that if Collins wanted to go on a run in an inner picton, he could actually win the tournament or something like that. And if Mike
okay.
It doesn't matter. Dan Merle is the best. Continue, Liam.
Okay,
yeah. So say nice things about Dan.
Let's rewind 2 minutes and just pretend I didn't say anything I just said. Thank you, Teresa. So I'm going for Murrell because I had a feeling that Teresa was going to pick Murrell, and I don't want to, I was too scared to go for Collins.
I was actually going to change my one pick that we have different, only so I wouldn't lose the lead.
Teresa is okay, so this means that this week, the whole week comes down to Hoyt and Newman. There's so much pressure on that match. Oh my god, word. I am so concerned about this now.
How good Collins is in classics. Well, it's hard to say because if it's like classics in the same like Paul got in Spectacular, I think they're not good at that. But I know that Dan loves things like Casablanca and like the classics we all feel are classics, but sometimes in that category there's something you don't expect.
You never know. It's Marvel Cod. It's a really hard one to pick, and I partly went
tough
for it because I thought Teresa was gonna pick him.
Yeah, I
But
kind of thought you were
was
going
gonna
to say
pick.
that.
I was gonna pick Dan anyway. I just feel he's got something about him this year, which it looks really scary. He picked up the title at the start of last year after losing it. I think he's going to do the same this year. And I wouldn't worry too much about corruption because I have a feeling tournament season is when they're going to come alive.
Yeah,
and
that's also true.
I know that's what happened last year, but they have some really strong players for IG. And if Scrimshaw is available for Star Wars Tournament number 2, I can see him making a run. So I wouldn't worry too much about corruption. But yeah,
they also have 2 of the strongest teams in the whole league.
Yeah,
and
Well,
2 of them.
one of them.
I feel like corruption. Yeah, but
there is only
what?
one problem with Scrimshaw.
Okay.
Scrimshaw will get a really bad seed.
Again, right? Yeah.
Scrimshaw
Like
has to play.
I really hope not.
Because because you have to seed people based on their records, and Scrimshaw has a really bad record.
The thing is, I think he beats anyone apart from Dimolanta and Damon.
Dimolanta and Kelly maybe.
And Kelly.
Yeah. I have him ranked like 4th or 5th. Maybe him and Molly Damon sometimes would be a scratch, I feel like, but yeah.
I would put money on him over Molly.
He was very unlucky to get Dimolanta in the first round. Very unlucky.
I want that next Star Wars tournament to be after Kelly gets her shot, because if someone loses or Kelly loses, I want them to be able to be in that tournament. Because
I think it will be. Yeah. So co-host. That's it,
so there's the question of punishment. Ben, do you want to reveal yours now, or do you want more time to think about it?
I'm gonna reveal it now. We discussed it earlier, and I'm gonna reveal it now. Here it is. Teresa.
Yes.
I'm gonna bring you down to my level so I can talk to you properly.
I don't like this. Why couldn't you come up to my level?
Okay, fine. I'll do that then. Sorry, Liam. Can you kick you down for a while?
Thank you. This is more. Wow, this is pretty. I like it.
Sorry, Matt, but I can't be in that corner.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Okay.
Right now. What are you saying?
Yes. Your punishment will be a trivia match on your most hated movie, which, according to you, is
Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them
Too.
Yeah,
so
but
we'll have
I'm not sure. I might be able to come up with movie I hate more. This was like I was in a pinch, so I was thinking about one I hate but I hated a lot, so we could do this one, yeah.
We'll do one that you hate. And
do I have to play that also, or I can sit out that
just
movie?
Teresa.
Good.
We keep going until you get a certain amount of points, so you actually have to watch it several times.
Yeah, this is really. I Ben now. I hope he won't win, because this is a terrible punishment.
Guys, can I ask? I need to ask something. Ben cannot repeat the punishments for the others. There must be original, right? Good.
Original.
Yeah.
So it cannot make
Matt
me
is
watch that.
scared now. Yeah, Matt is scared now. No, but he can make you watch another terrible movie. Yes, I think that's it for this week. We were thinking maybe of doing some stereo shows in the future. We will let you know about that. And why don't you all plug what you usually plug? Liam, plug your Instagram.
Yes, as
it's
I say.
Psyche Liam.
Yeah. PSY, CHY Liam. I wouldn't bother following it because I'm not that interesting. You can see me next week on Euro Schmoe hosting again, as I will be in the lead of the predictions. See, the dog agreed with that movie. Whoever's dog that was. Yeah.
Dog is
that's
angry at you.
Twitter at Euro Schmoe. We'll let you know if there's a stereo show. It'll probably be me and Teresa if we do it this week. I think we're going to try and do a watch along again on Friday. I'll talk to people because there's a chance we might be able to do another one this week. I don't know if everyone can do it, but we shall let you know.
We'll see.
Hopefully, maybe me and Teresa could do the Hoik match if she's around, because that'd be a really fun one, as that is top of the league battle going on. And I'm sure Hoik will give me the win. But yeah, so at Psyche Liam and at Euro Schmoe, please leave a comment and a like. Thanks, Thomas, for joining us again. We love your input, and sorry you didn't do very well in the predictions league this week, but I am also silently very happy because it means
thank you for making us feel better, Thomas. Thank you. So we are Euro_Schmoe on Twitter, and I'm at Teresa_Sky. We try to post there, so please follow us there. Also, everything Liam said, give us a comment here, please. Give us a like, subscribe. And Matt, do you want to plug something?
I'm Schmoe Matt at Twitter. Twitter is finally working, so it's good.
Oh, nice.
You should probably be able to find me now. If you can't, please tell me. And I will try to. Good. If you actually, I will probably try to put a link on my Twitter, and I will find Liam's Instagram. So we will probably put our links maybe in the description next week, so you can find us also Euro Schmoe page, and you can also always find me in the group. Making sure that Christian is angry at my comments because I don't read the posts.
I didn't actually see that, but yeah.
It was great. No, not Christian. It was great. Yeah.
And Ben?
I am the_king_Ben on Twitter. And yes, Matt is right. From next week on, I will put everyone's names in the description, names and Twitter links in the description. So that'll happen from next week. And hopefully, if I get a chance, I'll be joining in the Hoik match, depending on how my week goes. But we'll see.
We'll see about that. We'll keep you updated.
Also, please watch our watch-alongs and our reactions. It helps a lot. Thank you very much.
It's a lot of fun.
I put a lot of effort into it.
Matt, did you want?
I just want to ask, because I don't know, how many points does Liam have more than me?
14. Me and Teresa have. You are on 11, so 3 more.
Okay.
Long way to go. You're not out of it yet. Neither is Ben. And we have very different picks this week, so it could be an opportunity for you to catch up.
Maybe.
I can go on a 1 point difference between me and you.
But it's probably going to be more likely me and Teresa going like this, and then the rest of you.
You can see more of this bickering in our watch-alongs and reactions and everything, and it's definitely something you want to watch. So please wait for our show next week, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Also, I'm the best.
Watch-alongs and reactions.
Yes, I can go now. Okay, I'm the best. I'm the best. I'm the queen.